Congratulations, Mike Lynch, Sportscaster of the Year for the 7th year in a row.
Today, our champion, Steve Vadney of Claremont, New Hampshire, faces the challenge of Jim Powers of Randolph, Massachusetts on Candlepin bowling. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, and on behalf of the whole crew, we're glad that you could join us here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts for 3 strings of Candlepin bowling, total pinfall determining our winner. Each will take home a permanent souvenir. These are provided by Week's Trophy of Lynn. Each will take home some guaranteed prize money. $1,200 is guaranteed. That's $700 to the winner, $350 to the runner-up, $50 available to the winner of each string. And obviously, if they tie a string, we split that at $25 apiece. 3 marks in a row is $50. 3 strikes in a row in the same string is $1,000. $100 for a 400 series. Most of you know all about that, but I'll remind you as we go along. Right now, let's talk to today's bowlers, shall we? Jim Powers, and of course, Jim, you're another of these guys who goes back to a long, long time ago.
Long time, yeah.
First time on the program was back in 1968, huh?
That's correct.
And that was, as we have discovered in looking back with Phil Rubin. Phil Rubin was on there, too. That puts him in 4 decades, too. And that was your first show against Ray Casey was the last time that Jim Britt was the host on the show.
That is correct.
And I used to be the guy that presented the prizes and did all those things before that.
The home viewer problem.
Right, and filled in for him when he was on vacation. Right, yeah. So the next week when you were on as a winner was my first time as host. Huh?
And you've been here ever since.
That's right. How about that? 24. And Steve Vadney right now has only lost a couple of times since he's been on, but last week that was a beauty, huh?
Yeah, that was a good series last week. I'll take it.
He's being very humble now, you know.
But I'd like to get a little more this time, though.
Oh, you're going to be greedy now.
But well, I'm talking about the score, the 411.
Oh, I see. The 411 to put you in 5th place, but you'd like to make that about a 430 or something to be sure that you come around. All right. Listen, you're 2 nice guys, and you both know each other a long time. Should be a good one. We'll get underway right after this.
Candlepin Bowling is sponsored in part by Cotter True Value, the You Can Do It hardware store.
Challenger Jim Powers leading off from Randolph, Massachusetts. Currently league average 120. 2, 4, 6, and 10. Wood between the 6 and 10. That's the only piece of wood. It's an 8. Last time Jim was here was back in 1986, about 6 years ago. Three and 6 with wood in between, plus the 7 pin. Can he move it? Nope. That last time in January of '86, Jim defeated Craig Holbrook, then defended his title against Reggie DeLine, and finally lost to Peter Surratt. Steve Vadney. Steve has a league average of 125. He's our defending champion from Claremont, New Hampshire. No wood. 1, 3, 6, 9 on the right, 4, and 7 on the left. It's an 8. Steve's high single is 197, and his high triple is 488. He has a spare lead. The 5 and the 9. There's one piece of wood. It's off to the right now, about maybe a little bit to the right of where the 3-pin would be. And he hit the end of it, sending it one way, the ball the other, and 5 and 9 are still up. Now he gets it for a 10. Jim Powers is one of the few Candlepin bowlers who has a high single over 200 at 206. All right, he has diamond right to work on. 3, 5, 6, and 9. No, 3 of them down. It's a 10. Jim representing Scituate Bowl in Scituate. Four horsemen on the right side with no wood. Nice shot. Pretty spare. That always is pretty when there's no wood and the 4 horsemen go. It's always a pretty spare.
All right, don't waste it. Right here.
A hammer. Strike for Steve Vadney.
Right, double it up. Come on,
9 pins down with the first ball. He has the 7-pin to pick up as long as the wood does not become a roadblock. There are 4 pieces of wood, but the one in particular, as you can see on the split screen, which Bill Rubin has given you, that's one piece of wood which he has to be careful of, because that could prevent him from getting this 7. Let's see if he can. It was dangerous, but it worked. Okay, with bonus balls to be thrown by each of our bowlers, the score right now after 4 boxes of the first string is Vadney 48 and Powers 36. Working on a spare, our challenger, Jim Powers. 2 full on the head pin. He got 6, leaving the 2, 4, 7 on the left with wood just to the right of the 2, and the 10 pin with wood in front of it. He used the wood and everything went down except the 4-pin, which was a surprise because it appeared that it was a hit that would get them all. Nine. Our high-low jackpot has gone up to $1,500. 1, 7, 10, which we will have both bowlers taking a shot at. If the winner does hit it, then we'll set them up at $50 and start all over again and add $25 each week that somebody does not get it. Jim just missed a spear, had a piece of, took the 3 pins on the left out, flew a piece of wood over, but the 10 did not go. Home viewers, jackpot is up to $150. All right, now let's see where the 3 marks in a row is what Steve Vadney is going to get here. He has 2 of them. It'll be worth $50, as you well know. Eight is the fill, and he's looking at 5 and 7. 2 pieces of wood parallel to the deck out in front. Yes, he has $50 in bonus money. Last week, as he rolled a 4-11, he picked up $400 in bonus money. 3 marks in a row. Any combinations, as he's done, of strikes or spares in the same string establishes a bonus of $50. Once that has been done, Each consecutive mark in the same string is worth $50 apiece. Right now he's looking at the 2, 7, 8. Can he make it? He did. So, for Steve Vadney, he's up to $100 in bonus money. Jim Powers, today's challenger. Oh, he wanted that 7 to go down, but yes, it did, finally. It was rocking back and forth and looked as if it was going to be tantalizing and stay there. Now to convert for the spare, it's the 3 and the 6. Will he get it? No, he got the 6, but not the 3. Another 9. Jim won his 5-string roll-off with a 636. Two full on the head pin. It's a spread eagle. 2, 4, 7 on the left, 3, 6, 10 on the right. No wood. Take it back. The 9 pin is in the back. This is the lane I have trouble with because of the fact that I'm right in back of the bowler, and I keep forgetting to do what a good announcer is supposed to do, and that is to take his eye off the pins down the lane and look at the monitor, which has a much better angle. But you know who reminded me, don't you? Ah, yes, in my ear, Bill Rubin.
All right, Steve. Keep them coming. Bill.
Okay, let's see. He's got 4 marks in a row. And Steve...
3 more.
Well, he got 7, but the 3 pins standing are the 2 corners, 7 and 10, and right in between is the 5. However, he has 2 pieces of wood. Can he make it go? Let's see. No.
Try.
Good try. He got the 5 and the 7. Moved some of the wood a little bit over towards the 10, but not all the way. Our crew today is Judy Guile, Ted Phillips, Jeff Sullivan, and Skip Peabody. George Ellard in post-production videotape.
Drink it out. All right, make it go.
Don Riley filling in for Ralph Stewart on the lob line.
Whoa.
Nice try, but he left the 7 pin. And filling in for Don as statistician and alternate referee is Tim Michelle. The reason I say alternate, Don has a bad back, and so if there is some wood that has to be cleared, Tim will do it instead. Don can't get down there to bend over and pick up the wood. Jim Powers looking at 2 and 4, and yes, he has it. Al Giglio, as usual, keeping score on the electronic scoreboard. Keith Williams keeping score on the big board for the folks who are here. And Jim Powers gets 6, but it's a split. He's got 3 pins over on the left, 4, 7, and 8 with wood, then 2 pieces of wood, then the 10. But the wood is on a parallel plane to the pit. It worked, though. He got one of them to go over and get it. 2 in a row. Now 1 more. This is the bonus ball for the spare in the 10th. No. 4. Steve Vadney at 110 after 8.
Don't let up. One side.
3, 6, and 7. Those are the pins standing. Nice shot.
Big still now. 9 or 10. Out of there.
9 is the drop. Single pin is the 10.
Ready, shoot. Right.
And he has a spare in the 10th. 139 plus.
Drop them all.
He got 3. Fine, 142, and he picks up another $50 for winning that first string by the score of 142 to 110. String means our defending champion leads it off. Here is Steve Vadney of Claremont, New Hampshire. He has left 2, but there's wood in front of it. The 2 pins standing are the 3 and 9. For a spare, no. Got the 3, but not the 9. It's a 10. So often we've remarked on how easy it is when you are loading up on a spare or a strike to punch out either the 2 and 8 or the 3 and 9, leave you frustrated. But when they are standing alone, they are tough to get. Six pins down, 2, 4, 7 on the left, then a couple of pieces of wood, and the 10 alone over on the right. No, didn't get it. Got the 3 on the left. Now Jim Powers. Four pin standing. The head pin, 4, 7, 9. And one piece of wood. It's rolling around a little bit. It's a 2 pin that went down. That's what it is. Okay, he got just the 1 pin. An 8. Oh, so close to getting a strike. Everything down except the 5 pin. It's a spare. Now our defending champion, Steve Vadney.
All right, right here.
This is tough because he has side-by-side 5 and 6, and behind that 9 and 10, wood right across the 5 and 6. It appears as if he would get the 5, 6, and 9, but not the 10, and that's exactly what happened. It's a 10.
Gotta have it. Back in the groove. All right, got a break.
It appeared he was going to have a spread eagle, but the left side went down, so he has 3 pins, just the right side of what would have been the spread eagle. 3, 6, and 10. Wood in front of it. Can he get it? He did. Yes. A spare in the 4th box. Now Jim Powers comes up, and he's working on his spare. How about that strike on his spare? First bonus. Oh, too full on the head pin. He got just 3. 3, 6, 10 over on the right. 2, 4, 7, and 8 on the left. And just 5. That's the fill. By the way, the World Candlepin Bowling Congress Pro Bowlers Tour is underway at the Londonderry Bowling Center today and tomorrow. Finals will be there tomorrow. All right, another check on the scoreboard, and with the bonus ball still to be thrown by our defending champion, Steve Vadney, the score after 4 here in the middle string is Jim Powers 52 and Steve Vadney 40. Steve Vadney, he's working on a spare. Strike on his spare.
Place to put it. Coming fast.
Oh, so close to another strike. He left the 4-pin. That's the only one. For $50 more in bonus money, yes. 3 marks in a row. Jim Powers. Tough break. Steve had this one previously, although his one piece of wood was parallel to the deck. This one is perpendicular to the 5, 6, 9, 10. So you've got 2 sets of pins that are parallel to each other. And he got just the 9-pin. Now the 6 and 10, so it was a 9 box. Now looking with no wood to help at the 1, 2, and 4. Yes. So it was an 8, 2 spares, pair of 9s, and now another spare. Steve Vadney has 3 marks in a row, so he's alive for more bonus money. Also, as I mentioned, he is now in 5th place for our next championship show with a 411. Big 9, and he obviously would like to surpass that 411. 9-pin drop, 5-pin to pick up, piece of wood to the left of it. He's got it. 4 in a row, and as you know now, each mark is worth $50 after he established the 3 in a row. Up to $250 right now. It's a strike. Boy, he's hot right now. Oh, baby. $300 in bonus money at the moment. But more important, after a 142 opening string, he's got another beauty going. 119 and 2 boxes to go. Jim Powers gets himself a spread eagle right down the middle, so the fill is only 4 on his spare. That takes care of the right side. It's an 8. Somebody sent me a clipping, and I guess most of you folks have seen it because I guess it was printed while I was in Florida. But Jim has Four Horsemen left side. It was apparently this melody was written in the 16th century by one Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. He gets two of them, and it is entitled Kleigelstadt, which translates into bowling alley. For a 10 now. Wrote it for some of his friends, and if that movie about Amadeus was right, they must have been some friends.
Double.
Now, Steve Vadney. Oh, baby, he has come so close to getting another strike. He's left one pin, the 3-pin. He's all over it for another $50 in bonus money. Now up to $350 and counting. Also, more important, he's at 139 right now in the middle string after a 142 opening string. And a strike on top of that. $400 in bonus money. But more important again is that he has a whopper of a string going right now at 159. With these two, he's already over 300. He has two bonus balls. All right. There are still 6 pins standing. And he gets 8. And a fine 167, so he is already at 309. Now Jim Powers. So close to a strike. He left the 5-pin. And that 5-pin is still there. One, two, four. And a 9. So another $50 in bonus money for Steve Vadney for winning the middle string by a score of 167 to 111. And after 2, he is at 309 to 221 for Jim Powers. Jim Powers, our challenger today, leading off the 3rd string on lane 2 here at the fairway. He has a diamond right, but he does have one piece of wood in there that might help. 3, 5, 6, and 9. Yes! Half Worcester, 3 and 9, right side. Six and 7 are the 2 pins still up. It's an 8. And basically it's a wash, having had a 2-pin fill on the spare and then coming up with an 8 box, so he got 20 pins in the 2 boxes leading off the 3rd. Now Steve Vadney already at 309, and as you remember, those of you who were watching and listening at the beginning, what he wanted to do after last week rolling a 411 and eliminating Janet Pock from consideration for our True Value championship show, except as an alternate. He was hoping that he could get a higher score over 400 and move himself into a more secure position. Four horsemen right side and the 8-pin, one piece of wood and back. All of you know how tough it is to convert this. Now, he concentrated so hard on getting that 8-pin in back that he did get it. 1 and 8, but he still has the other 3 and actually got all but one of those. Now Jim Powers. Jim has left just the 4-pin. Not any longer, it's a spare. One, 2, 7, 8, and 9. Ooh, so close, but he left the 9. It's a 10. Steve Vadney now. As I said, he had 309 through 2 strings. 2 full on the head pin that time. 3, 6, 10 on the right, 2 and 4 on the left. Got the right side.
At the pin. All right.
10.
Everybody wants one down.
He began the middle string, which turned out to be the biggest string, with 3. He had to reset a pin missing. Now everything has just fallen down. We'll go over onto a lane 2 right now while we see what has happened to the pins that are on 3. He has the 10 pin to pick up. Looking this over carefully so he doesn't lose it. All right, and he picked up the spare. Jim Powers now. One, 3, 4, and 9, 4 and 7, and Wood going over. Is it going to? Oh, it hit the 4 and it fell, but not into the 7, which is what he wanted, and for those who are rooting for him wanted. Ten. Horseman right side, and the 9-pin, 4 and 7 over on the left. No wood to help. Ooh, down the open area. And it's a 6.
Okay, Steve, let's go. Gonna have a big one. Knock it over.
Okay, Steve gets a 9-pin drop. The single pin he's looking at with no wood to help is the 4-pin over on the left. And yes, he has it. So that puts him up to 58 and counting.
Same first ball.
Remember, he's at 309 coming into this third string.
Get out of there.
All right, 6 is the fill. He's got 3 across the back, the 7, 8, and 10, and the object pin is the 5. Okay, no spare there. Now he'll be trying to get with the wood in front of the 7 and 8. He got them and left the 9. Excuse me, left the 10 for a 9 box. Jim Powers. Three, 6, 4, and 7. And wood just to the left of the 3 and the 6. Oh, nice try. Everything went except the 4-pin. So close to a strike, but 2 pins are still standing. It's an 8. All right, Steve Vadney is at 73 through 6, and as you know, he had 309. 7th box, 3rd string, Steve Vadney.
All right. Right ahead.
Going after the 2 and 4, and he's got it for a spare.
Keep them coming.
Now at 83 plus.
All right, good shot.
83 plus 6. Head pin, 7, 8, and 10, and it's a 9. All right, Jim Powers now for his final 2. Now it's just a question, as obviously we'll see when Steve comes back up what he's got. He's right now at 407. And we'll just see what he can do with 2 boxes to go. It's an 8. But everybody here was rooting for Jim to get a strike in his final box. But he has left the 5 and 10. He's got a spare anyway. That brings him to 97 plus what he gets on this ball. Just 2 more. 99. Now we know that Steve Vadney is at 407, and he has 2 boxes to add to that. Right now, Peter Surratt is at 453, Jack Quinn 437, Tom Surratt 422, Gary Casey 418. Those are the people ahead of him. 8 is the fill. Excuse me, the drop. I'm already anticipating he's going to have a mark here. 8 is the drop. Is he going to continue? Yes, he did. All right. Now 417. $431. $433. $434. Third place now. He moved from 5th up to 3rd place with his 434. How about that? And the total is going to be 754 of the 2 bowlers combined. The final score was Steve Vadney 434 and Jim Powers 320. The total today, both bowlers combined, comes to 754, and we have $150 in the home viewer jackpot. Gives me a chance to remind you that we're asking you, if you want to participate, to send in a card, limited to 1 card per day. Only cards, not letters. Take a guess as to what you think the total pinfall will be, both bowlers combined, on the day that you hope that I reach in there and draw your card. When you've done all that, remember, we will empty out the drum as we did a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, after we had a winner, and start all over again. If you want to get your card in here, please send it to this address: Candlepin Bowling, WCVB TV, 5 TV Place, Needham, Massachusetts, 02192. Okay? All right, 754 is what we have today, and as you know, we allow 10 either side, and just for having your card drawn, even if it's nowhere near that, that person will be rewarded with a handsome gift from the Parker Pen Company. 754, 10 either side of that for $150. All right, let's find out if we have a winner. Looking for 744 to 764 to give away $150. And let's see, this one comes from, well, it's going to take a little while to find it. Here it is. Okay, Lowell, Massachusetts, Queen Street. It's a long note which I'll read later. Right now, the guess is 774, so we'll add 50. It'll be worth $200 next week. Now, our high-low jackpot keeps climbing. It's up to $1,500. You know, you already got $1,300 today. You wouldn't want to take away $1,500 more, would you? Okay, Jim. just missed?
Like all day.
I'm going to talk to you guys. I just want to... No, I apparently forgot to mention that it's Queen Street, Lowell, but it's Rita C. Roy is the name of the person. I forgot to say that. I was looking at the long note. All right. Okay, guys. Jim, it was nice to have you here. Your week's trophy has a small one for you, $350 in bonus money. This guy picks up $1,300 in bonus money. Another trophy, and the most important thing to him, we know, is that he is now with his 434 in third place for our last Saturday. And I don't know who your challenger is going to be. We'll find out after the roll-off is held, and I'll see you here and somebody... But you feel a little secure right now, don't you? All right. See you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.